Your party's smaller than mine.
The United States would have designed to be a two-party system. It only became that way after the Civil War because the Democrats are a bunch of racist bitches.
Just go.
Hello and welcome to the Dummy Heads Podcast. My name is Susan and I'm here with my friends Nate,
Hello.
Nick,
Howdy.
our new friend Tyler,
Hello.
Robin,
That's me.
and Zach, who's not in the room.
He will be here.
He'll be here after he talks to his mommy.
Presumably,
Hi, Tracy.
Presumably that's who called. We don't know that for certain, but
I assume
Tracy.
it's
it's
probably
probably
Tracy.
it is probably
He doesn't
Tracy.
answer the phone like that to anybody
It was
else.
Tracy.
I'm gonna put this on Facebook and be like, who we talk about?
y'all
Zach's
just
mom at Tracy.
read me.
I'm like, he doesn't answer the phone like that for anybody else.
Y'all read me like a
look of dread in your eyes as you saw
I was just confused. I was like, wait a second, why are you calling? We just talked a little bit ago.
I was gonna say, see, I thought it was your mom because the other day you told me that she's been calling you more often.
Yes, she has.
Empty nester.
It's true, Josh is out of the house this
Josh
year,
is
isn't
out.
he?
Well,
Shoot him.
only barely.
I know.
My parents haven't hit that yet because I still have.
You have a 14-year-old little sister.
Yeah.
My parents haven't hit that yet. I don't think they ever will.
That's a depressing thought.
My mother has, because I've been out of the house for like 3-4 years at this point. But my father has an almost 3-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Yeah.
maybe Harry's going to be around for a bit.
Harry.
Dude. My dad called me the other day, right, to talk about fantasy football as always.
Yeah.
And I hear in the background, I hear Harry, Robin! I'm like, fuck yeah, little dude.
Yeah.
And my dad puts him on, and he's like, Harry, what was on the ground today? He's like, it snowed today, Robin. And I went, whoa, what? So I moved out 3 months ago, and when I left, he was like pointing at things and being like, car,
Okay.
Robin. So in 3 months, he has gone to straight using full sentences.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Do you have a
yeah.
secret genius in your family now?
If he's anything like me, he's going to be depressed in about 10 years.
He's gonna get bored at the school.
But you'll be able to relate to him.
Yeah, totally. Well, I was like, Dad, I don't think I've heard Harry talk since I left. He's like, oh yeah, you can fully use like logic and reason and like talk to him. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
Start teaching him math immediately. He's going to be like a rocket scientist in no time.
Let's go.
All right. See, this is your best friend holding up like a math book. You're gonna be a genius.
This is your best friend. You can ask it problems and it tells you.
Yeah.
But it's not your doctor. Go to an actual doctor.
He's still huge too.
Well,
He's
let's
still
talk
in the
about
100 percentiles in both height and weight. The
Oh,
dude's a
yes.
monster.
Who?
Harry.
He will
See,
reign
he's
above
2.
all other children.
He's 2. He's the size of a 4 or 5-year-old.
Yeah, he's a huge kid.
He's gigantic.
He's got such cute, chubby
Dude,
cheeks.
are you ready for your brother to like be in like either like rugby or like
we're
in the NFL? Like,
That's the thing. Me and Dad are going to make him play football because my dad didn't really push it with me, and I look back on it. I so wish I had played football. We're gonna hey, buddy.
hey, go play football.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, this is going to be a lot of fun.
He's gonna do
it.
all the sports I did and football. So he's gonna do hockey, rugby, and all the
If he
contact
has-
sports
if he
every
has-
season.
Half the strength that you've got, and just but he doesn't know how to hold back.
He's gonna
fucking
he's
steamroll.
gonna cripple
Dude, are
some
you ready
kids.
for your brother to be like the next Clay Matthews? and
Dude,
just,
let's
like, beat
go.
People?
Oh, you know what? Play all those contact sports and then go play baseball.
Yeah. Oh, no one's
Tackle
touching me.
somebody to get the base.
Why is no one touching me?
Imagine
Runs
that's
in
the-
success.
Yeah.
Why is no one after me?
Yeah, man. No matter, because like we have like really widespread sports in my family. Like my mom played field hockey. My dad was actually a soccer player in college, and in high school held state records for throwing and track
What a
and
chat.
wrestled.
What?
I played ice hockey and rugby My little sister is a cheerleader, and one of them plays basketball.
Okay.
We've covered everything but baseball and football. None of us have played football yet. Harry's gonna be the one.
Football and baseball, let's go.
The one or two times that I played like Y football, like tackle football, one of the practices I was at, they put me, who was like still small and didn't know how to like I don't know, do full contact yet.
Yeah.
Up against a kid who was like twice my height and like 4 times my weight. And I was like, what the ever loving fuck am I supposed to do against this? And I would like talk and like so I'm on the front because I'm one of the
Oh, so you were a
the
D lineman and you're trying to get past
and
this
so
guy.
and basically he just like pushes me over every time and I'm talking about like I don't know what to do. You put me up against a mountain of meat.
Yeah,
What the hell am I supposed to do with this?
He's like, I'm sorry, I gotta do this,
Like,
man. But like,
Nick was a D-line guy in football. Imagine going up against Shaq every play.
Yeah.
Basically. And
No,
so
I'm a short guy, kinda.
You're pretty mid-range
I'm
as
like
far as height.
I'm like average, but I feel
Yeah.
like I'm short half the time. Yeah, I was going up against guys that were like 6'2" on the O line. Yeah, that's some shit.
that's what this kid was, except he was like 14 years old, and like so was I. So I'm getting like steamrolled every single time. And then my coach is like, well, just block him low. So I was like, I mean, yeah.
That's all I can
like,
do.
That's basically it.
I can't go high. He's tall. Look at this.
Yeah. And so he basically like stood straight up every time, and then he would just like kind of push me over. I said I was 14. I was actually like 10 or 11, whatever. I don't know. But so I go low, and he just like trips over me. And so for the rest of the play, I've got this dude just laying on top of me, and he's like trying to get up. I'm just like, I mean, I've accepted fate. I just got squished, so
he's like a turtle trying to get off of you, and you're like, just kill me already.
Yeah, except he's like on his face, basically. It was great in hindsight, but like during the time I was terrified. It was like fighting a boss in Dark Souls.
Susan, do you have anything for us?
No, I'm really unprepared.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if we wanted to play $1 million, but or if we just wanted to just communicate.
Honestly, I'm alright with just communicating this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played Buzz on Chaos Weeks. I mean,
Buzz continues to spit out like the same ones, and I don't even know if they were like from exactly the time before, but like it's ones that you remember. I feel like like you remember everyone, and it's like, oh, we've done this one already. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, we've gone through all of them.
It's like when you play Cards Against Humanity and you play a box of high-tech sex toys.
Yeah.
It's like you know exactly which ones you're
or
going to hold on
child
to.
abuse.
Yeah. You know exactly which
Eventually,
ones you're
it
going to hold
just-
on to.
It gets to
and
the point where you just see all of them coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just sucks that it lasted like 2 weeks with this game. It immediately was done. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I bought up all those cards, like all the packs.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I had to
Right.
make it more interesting.
What do you have?
Had to get more content out of it.
What are you chewing
Dude,
on?
I still have a hell of a
What's
bad
mine at?
aftertaste. It's
Yeah,
like
me too.
It's like the taste of when you've been chewing gum for like 3 hours, like the same piece. Like that's the
Ew.
taste that's left in my mouth right now.
Yeah.
Like I just have that rock in my mouth.
I wondered if that was like what you, because you said that I should like drink
I was
something
like-
afterwards,
It
but
leaves
like,
like a waxy film on your teeth.
yeah,
That's what's leaving that like that taste.
if those warheads continue to do that, probably going to this. my excitement that you like let me have one was like, oh, these are actually pretty good, and now I'm like, nah, I don't know. if
Yeah,
that's-
well, we're about to be feeling better about it.
I hope so.
I didn't even notice that when I ate them. And I ate
Yeah.
2 packs.
Yeah, Tyler's on a whole other level than any of us.
I can tell.
He eats them by the pack in multiple.
I had to eat 1,200 milligrams.
Fuck, dude.
Damn.
It's Yeah.
Like a ton.
We just had 225 each, and
Yeah.
we're gonna be feeling good.
The most I've had was 1,800. After
That's
3 packs.
What are you?
What a year.
What a year.
What a
time.
You shout out to Christina Applegate.
I, 2020.
Oh, I did that so well the last time.
Yeah. 2020's been so weird to me. Just like in general.
You don't say.
Yeah, no. But like, I also feel like just nothing happened this year. Like
You don't
COVID,
say.
It's
like,
because you blacked it out. You
COVID,
blocked
COVID
it all
happened.
out.
COVID hit, and like that was a big deal.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of like,
Oh, there's a ton of
Nothing's
things.
happening.
There's a ton of things that happen.
Do you remember when
But you don't know
Australia
about
was
them
on fire?
because the government wants it that
It's
way.
not.
Yeah.
Do you remember when California was on fire again?
It stopped. It's just a season there.
It's
Yeah.
just a season there.
Fire
Do we
season.
remember when Area
Oh.
51 was under
Yeah,
attack?
you
I've heard of the
Where-
sequel coming.
When people were gonna
Yeah, you know it goes
Naruto,
summer,
Naruto run
or it goes spring,
at the
summer,
Area 51, they said they can't
fire,
kill us all.
winter.
There is
Yes,
a
they can.
sequel in the making. It says, "Let's storm the Bermuda Triangle. It can't swallow us all."
Alright. We just had 4 people talking at once, so let's
Yeah, we should probably have to cut all that.
No, just leave it in.
That's why I was counting how many
Okay.
people were talking.
That reminds me, we need to finish that documentary.
What document?
Oh.
We had an Area 51 documentary in the making. We just haven't finished it.
That's right.
We couldn't
Mhm.
film the ending because we all got busy with shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
But we're
so
going
I've
to.
got everything but an ending.
Susan.
but we have an ending in mind.
Susan, the other day, I was in class, and Bryce Bemis
Mm-hmm.
decided to, which reminds me of his name,
Yeah.
but he mentioned, like, offhanded in a class with Andrew that, or maybe it was Peter, I don't remember, but he said that, like, Ben Shawley is a robot, and I'm like, oh no, we fucked everything. People are actually still joking about our shitty, like, final projects.
Yo, that's still on my channel. I'll link it in the description. It's great. I love that video.
Yeah.
Is that the one that I helped direct?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the one
probably.
where we were all over at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was editing while also filming, while also waiting for something to render in the background.
Damn.
Like,
But, like, my greatest fear now is that, like, we have freshmen in school, and, like, that's just gonna follow him forever. Because we went to him, you remember?
we
We
asked if it was okay.
Yes, first of all, we asked if it was okay, and he was like, "Do
The
I get-"
the initial idea this came from was way worse than this.
Yeah. And so we're like, hey, we have an idea, can we use you? And he was down for it.
He thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
He was interested in our theories.
Yes, and so it
He
was
was interested
fantastic
in
on
how
that
this came
respect.
about.
So it was fantastic on that, because he was like, oh, do I get to make fun of myself even? And I was like, kind of. You kind of get to do that, yes. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I wonder if he still knows this is happening even.
I'm
This
sure
was-
I'm sure he overhears it and he's like, oh, I'm gonna act extra today.
Oh, I hope so. Because that was, how many? That was 2 years ago now, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm friends with him on Facebook now because I'm obviously not going back to school ever.
Yeah.
And his wife just recently shared their like family photos.
Oh, yeah.
They're so cute.
Dude, Ben is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Where did you go?
She sends me a snap and goes, yo, that's cool. Hey, show this next one to my brother. The next one is a close-up of her, says, fuck you, little sister gang.
I'm gonna have to message her and be like, you little shit. Yeah, I actually, I don't know. For some reason, I swear at my sisters sometimes,
You little shit.
but like, they know that I'm not serious.
I
which kind of
swear at
makes
my
it
little
great.
brother all the time.
Oh yeah. Well, no. You see, the difference between your little brother and what I'm talking about is that my siblings are all, over 20, except for Stephanie. So I don't swear around her or at her, but I will I will call the other ones
Xander really
names.
has broken my mom. She
Your
used to be.
arrogance is your downfall, you little shit.
My mom is the sweetest lady ever. She, my entire childhood, never cussed in front of me unless she was very, very, very angry.
Same here.
And even then, it was like hell. And we were all like,
Wow.
ah! Like, she's cussing, we gotta run!
Yeah,
My little brother is awful.
Yeah.
Ruins my self-esteem often. And he's like yelling at my mom about something because he built different.
That's one way to say it.
He's built
And
different.
he looked at her dead in the eyes with, I fucking hate you. And she bitch slapped. And that was the best thing I've ever fucking seen. It wasn't child abuse, I swear.
He's like 13. How old is he?
He's 12.
12.
12.
Oh my god.
And he said that
He
to your
started-
mom?
This was years ago.
Been like this
What?
for
Oh!
years.
He's been like this since he was a toddler.
Yeah, like 3, 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
We told that story about him, right?
yes,
Yeah.
we told
Yes.
we've told the story about Xander shitting his pants to play Fortnite instead
He was too
many
much of a
times.
gamer, Tyler.
He didn't want to get up.
I'm gonna be honest. The way that I was raised, if I had said that kind of crap to my mother, my dad would have been like, I mean,
My grandma
what the
would've
hell? We
killed
got
me.
another one. He would have taken me out back and, like, put me down.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even imagine that swearing at my mother like that.
My-
Right, I can't imagine that.
Like,
my
my father
grandma would kill me.
Yeah.
My mom would have beat the crap out of me, and then my dad would have taken me out back and finished me off.
Yeah, he would have dragged your lifeless corpse out there just to
My-
make sure the job had been
He's
done.
done something similar to my dad, where he's like, "I wish you'd die," or like something like that. My dad
Dear
went,
God.
"Okay," and then he'd get in his car and he'd leave for several hours. And then, like, he'd, like, text one of us and be like, "Tell him I'm dead." And I'm like, "Stop!" You can't do that. You can't manipulate him like that.
Hey,
Amazing.
Tell him I died in a car accident.
Yeah, you just go fake a phone call. I'm like,
Go fake a phone call.
if your dad wants to sell it, he has to get cops to come to your
Yes,
house and knock
yeah.
on the
See,
door
that's
and
too
have
much,
your
'cause
little
then-
brother answer the
Call-
door.
call
I'm
them
sorry, but your father's dead.
Your father died because...
And he'd be like, what?
No,
No.
That's Robin.
And it was like, it was this weird thing, this, like, asteroid came out of nowhere. It was like, this shouldn't have happened. It was like there was some divine force after him or something. He'd be like, oh my god.
You gotta call the non-emergency number for the police. I'd be like, hey, if you got anybody who's free right now, I got a massive.
You got anybody who's
I
like
got a
on their
massive
lunch break or
friend.
Yeah.
something who just wants to make an appearance?
just, yeah, you gotta do want anyone free for a joke for a small child.
I wonder if the cops would be down for that. Like, I would have.
I think so.
I don't know. I don't know.
Especially if
Hold
like
up.
you gave him a little backstory on how the kid acts, probably.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
the cop would be like, oh, so this kid's like a shithead.
Yeah.
So I'm down.
Yeah. So that's like standard Midwestern. Oh yeah, we'll teach him a lesson.
Hold up.
What's
Yeah.
up?
My little brother put me in a group chat with one of his friends because he thinks he's cool and he thinks we're best friends. Yeah. And he sent a picture. He sent a selfie, and it's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
He reminds me of the little boy version of that doll that we just saw on Hey Money Lovey's channel. Tyler.
He looks not even. He looks like my. He looks like my friend's girlfriend.
It looks like he's made out of plastic, I was gonna say.
He looks like a lesbian.
I love that. This kid also, like, not to shit on my brother-in-law, this kid never wears clothes. He's always sitting in his underwear. Like,
My,
Okay, alright. This is like.
pro gamer, bro.
that's not even, because my brother, okay, so my brother works as a lifeguard when he's home over the summer.
Yeah.
And so he had a challenge for himself. He wanted to go the entire summer without wearing a shirt once.
So see, that's a reasonable challenge.
It could have been done, but we went to church, and so my mom was like, "If you don't put on a shirt, I'm gonna beat you."
He also,
Your mother sounds really terrible.
She's
Just off
not.
of, like, I know what I'm saying. Like the stories you've told.
She's
tonight do
absolutely not terrible. I'm just putting her in a really bad light for some reason.
It's kind of fun in a weird way. You know, she's never gonna hear this.
you know, I'd never talk her that way about Fiona. Chad.
Chad, on the other hand.
Chad might get a little, hey man, why are we only talking about fantasy? Am I going to Thanksgiving or not? An actual month-long thing that I just had going with my father because he wouldn't give me a straight answer about whether or not I'm able to come home for Thanksgiving. And all he would do was talk to me about fantasy for 45 minutes at a time.
I love talking to you about this too, Dad, but I'd like an answer.
Yeah, like, dude, Amari Cooper, yeah, I don't know, with this whole third-string quarterback, but also, like, can I come home?
Can I, like, come home for a little bit?
I'm so sorry that I only understood like a fourth of that, and that was the name. I understood quarterback and the name of the guy.
Yeah, Amari Cooper, the first-string wide receiver for the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys got their first-string quarterback injured.
Oh.
The backup got injured. So now they're rolling with a third-string quarterback. And he was new this year, and he was drafted out of a D3 school.
Oh, no.
He's not doing so great for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So the fantasy production points for their, like, big receiver boy. Poor Amari Cooper.
Oh.
He's there. He's just the guy tossing the ball is
Oh, he's trying.
he's trying. I feel bad for him.
God bless him, he's trying.
Dude, this this guy is like, okay, I'm gonna ride bench for a few years and then probably
Yeah.
I'll just be the backup guy.
Yeah.
I'll do that for 10 years, retire with a few mil. No, you're the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys right now, boy. Go.
Yeah.
All of America is watching.
Yeah.
America is watching. Don't you mess up.
I'm really glad I'm not good at sports. Because that is a terrifying thing to me.
At least on his part, he didn't have very many standards to meet.
This is true. Yeah. You know, it's not like he's...
Yeah, no, everyone feels bad for him because they know.
Yeah.
There's no one that's like, man, this guy fucking sucks. And everyone's like, yeah, we know he kind of sucks. He shouldn't have been here.
It's funny to me that the people who like passionately watch games are like, it's not that hard, or they'll start like shouting about the amount of money that they're making.
You
It's
get
like,
paid $70 million a fucking year, and you can't make a kick.
yeah, you can't catch a fucking ball. Like it's funny to me, but also like sad at the same time.
Yeah.
They signed those contracts up front for a reason.
Did I tell my first Karen story?
Oh my god, you have a
No,
Karen
I don't
story?
think you did yet.
I wanna
because
hear
you
it.
weren't on the podcast
I
last
wasn't.
week.
I had my very first Karen at Domino's.
Ooh.
It was a Karen and what did we decide their name was? Kevin?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Kevin?
Karen and Kevin.
See, I have a guy that comes in. His name's Kevin. Don't call him Kevin. I call him Kev, and he's just okay with it.
See, my stepdad's name is Kevin. I've been married to my mom for 13 years now. Now I hear that that's the name for the male Karen. I'm like, oh, but that's not Kevin, though.
That's not Kevin.
Kevin's not a male Karen.
Kevin's
I
like
thought the
chill.
male Karen was Kim.
Ken?
Yeah.
Ken works better.
Oh,
Ken does work better.
that does work
My
better.
father's name is
Yeah, I was
Ken.
gonna say.
It works better. Sorry, Dad. But someone's gotta tell you.
Sorry, Dad. Somebody had to take the L.
Oh my
Bro,
gosh, I just realized that like Ken from Barbie is the ultimate sin.
You
Yes.
just realized that?
I did just
Who
realize
is-
that.
That's who my dad's named after. What are you talking about?
He's actually named after Ken from Barbie?
Yes, my
Oh,
grandma
dear
loved
God.
Barbie dolls.
That's
And so she's like, I'm gonna name
So
this
she
one
named her
Ken.
firstborn son Kenneth.
But whoa. So your dad's like 60, right?
Yes.
So Okay. So it's 1960.
It's 1955.
It's 1955. You are pregnant and you love Barbie. So you name your firstborn son after the shitty side character from Barbie.
Oh my god.
I mean, luckily it's so far-fetched that no one would jump to that conclusion.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
no one would
right.
be
But
like,
that's the
oh, what
action.
did-
It's not
what
like
did
it's
you
not
name
like
after?
when he was a kid. They were like, "Haha, you're named after a doll."
Yeah.
But like, still, he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
It's like they don't know, but he does.
Oh, imagine going through life with that knowledge. I'd kill myself.
Love you, Dad.
Oh, that's like I read a thread once that was like, I feel like I could name my daughter May, but it would really be mayonnaise, and she just because if she just goes by May, May's not short for anything ever.
Yeah.
So,
So nobody'd
gonna
ask.
question it, but she would know.
Oh
She's
my
named
gosh.
mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
guys-
Oh my
you guys-
gosh.
Have you guys watched Family Guy?
A lot.
Did you guys know Meg's real name is Megatron?
Megatron.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Robots in disguise.
Oh my gosh.
Megatron Griffin.
I don't even know if Meg knows.
What's the most absurd name that you would give one of your kids?
Absida.
What?
Do you know how to spell Absida? This is a real name that
It's happened several times.
It's happened several times, including a person who went to my high school a couple of years before I got there. It was a female name.
So
How do you think you spell Absida?
sound it out.
Well, I would probably go. Well, absolutely.
You're probably wrong. I'm just gonna tell you,
I would imagine so.
but I'd like to know.
Let's see. It would be AB. Probably an S. Oh, I know. C.
Okay.
The light just went on in his eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
I'm like, all right. How would I spell this?
What's next?
I think I just.
You just figured it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. It's
A B C D E.
Pronounced Absida.
We have also
Oh.
in my lovely hometown, we have had a pajamas. You want to take a crack at how you spell that? Or do you want to take a crack at
Is it
what the
pajamas?
real word is?
Pajamas?
Pajamas.
Is a kid named Pajamas from your town?
Yeah. There's also
Okay,
one
I've
named.
never-
There's also one named Famali. You want to guess what word that really is?
Oh no.
Tamale?
Female.
Oh, no.
Okay. All right.
Because
You
somebody.
told me things about Kate. I believe it should be nuked now.
What
Hillsborough
happened
as
was
well.
they had the birth certificate, and the lady working at the counter was like, "Oh, that's a nice name, Famali," and they were like, "No, that's the gender," and then they were like, "Wait a second."
A dude named Molly. Except it's actually spelled May.
Male.
Just the 1-2 punch whenever you meet this guy.
Hi, my name's.
My
Hi,
name's Molly.
Molly. Really? You're a guy
You have a
named
girl
Molly?
name?
Yeah.
No,
take
it's
a
spelled
look.
different.
He's not built different. It's just
It's spelled different because I'm built different.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Speaking of places to nuke,
Yeah.
Robin learned a lot about our high school yesterday.
Yes.
We
I
had
met
one of my
Susan's-
childhood best friends over.
Yeah, apparently this guy was me, but for Susan from grades like 3 through 12.
So you
Ah,
also bully Susan
okay.
because she didn't know how to make her own bed?
Yes. No,
Yes.
he bullied me because I didn't know how to tie my shoes in second grade, so he'd tie my shoes for me.
Yeah, he's me.
I'm not kidding.
I used to tie somebody's shoes in elementary school because they didn't know how. I was just like,
Yeah, man,
There
sometimes
you
you just
go,
gotta
like-
help the disabled.
I used to tie my shoes. My first swear story, like when I was a little kid, happened while I was tying my shoes at the age of like 3.
This fucking cunt, Blaze.
I didn't mind tying this kid's shoes because he would have me over to his house and he had a lot of video games. His mom would make me grilled cheese.
Yeah.
This
So I
guy.
was
I'm
like,
just
I was
a
like,
pretty
this is a
girl
great
who
deal
can't
for
tie
me.
her shoes.
I was getting grilled cheese and video games
As a payment for tying shoes. Brilliant.
and a friendship.
Yeah.
Dude, well, yeah, that too. But
Yeah.
But grilled cheese.
But the grilled cheese.
video games
The
are
grilled
video
cheese.
games.
The grilled cheese was the best part because they were delicious. Like, they were so good. I don't know how she made them, but his mom made the best
We
grilled
need bread at
cheese.
the grocery store tomorrow.
Maybe that's why he was so fat. His mom cooked good.
Yeah.
So I was like, this makes sense.
This probably explains why
My kid's gonna be thin.
what this is.
I ate too many
Well, see,
pizza and
you
burgers.
just gotta marry somebody who cooks good.
Nah, I'm not doing that to my child. They're gonna go hungry and they're gonna have the best physique in the grade.
Hey,
Or you could just eat
it's
nothing
easy
but
to learn
protein.
to cook.
Do what?
It's easy to learn to cook.
It is,
It
but
is.
I'd rather my children be like,
I'd rather
Burns
starve
water.
my children.
yeah.
I would rather give them a rough upbringing than anything healthy.
I would rather give them a rough upbringing so that they can have their anime moments in the future.
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
When I was a kid, my dad never fed me anything, and if he fed me something, it was like a terrible grilled cheese.
Dude, I'm gonna
Now I know how to use nunchucks with my feet.
I'm gonna malnourish my kid so that one day when I'm up in heaven looking down on my kid and I see that fucking close-up face cam when he's about to go crazy, I'm gonna shed a tear from joy.
I'm gonna shed my tear.
See, my mother already...
Go for it, son.
Go crazy.
My mother already fucked up because she actually taught me how to cook.
Oh, yeah?
You know.
Susan burns water.
I learned how to cook from high school. I took all the food classes because one,
I should have.
I could go to school, be high, cook food, eat food,
Oh my gosh.
and then
The
also
fucking- the whole, because I did that too. The being able
Wait,
to
minus the getting
eat
high or
food.
including the getting high?
Minus.
I didn't start any sort of marijuana consumption until Susan's 19th birthday.
Sorry, Mom.
Or
Sorry,
no, that was your
Mom.
20th. That was
My
your 20th.
20th.
When Nick brought me outside, it was one of my first few times after having met Nick. Nick brought me outside, and
Yeah.
no, it was my 19th. That's what it was. Yeah, I was already a half deep in
Okay.
Captain Morgan, so I drank
Oh.
a half a handle of Captain Morgan,
Oh.
and I was on the verge. I was teetering on the edge, and Nick goes. He finally sees his chance because he asks me every time, "Hey, you want to come smoke with us?" I was like, "No." He finally sees the chance that he can drag me in. And I go, screw it. I go
Why
outside.
not?
And I remember smoking, and I remember walking back to the door, and the door opening, and it's like the fucking TV show where the door opens, and it's a bright light, and then it fades to the next scene. Except my next scene was not remembering any of the next 12 hours.
Bro.
I don't remember much from that night either, to be fair. Like,
You're
Same
also
with-
much smaller than the
same
two
with
of them,
Halloween.
How awesome is that you had a TV
Last
transition in
Halloween.
real
So.
life?
Okay.
I remember Halloween.
I remember this Halloween very well.
Were you high the first time we met?
It was busy. That worked.
Or the first time when we became... That Halloween that you took care of me?
I'm unaware.
You were not,
She
because I was
you
hanging
were
out with you.
Thanos.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was.
Oh, that's when you first
I
met?
was
Yeah.
I remember that
Well,
night.
technically, that wasn't the first time we met.
Well, that was just the
That was the night
blossoming
that
of
made
our
us
friendship.
friends.
I remember
Yes.
that night because your Thanos glove was like baby small. Like, I'm surprised it even fit your hand.
No, it was rather large actually.
I
Yeah.
remember
Oh.
getting
I just remember
play-by-play
it being
texts
baby small.
about me,
You remember what?
getting play-by-play texts from Susan about you.
Do any of those still exist?
No, they're Snapchat.
Oh.
And I
course
was
not.
not saving them.
That
Because
makes
it
me
was just
really
like,
sad.
oh man,
Well-
Susan's dealing with some drug friend.
No
Okay.
offense to Nate, I always take precautions when meeting drunk boys. And I'm like, hey, here's my geographic location in case I get murdered.
No, I was far too
Murdered.
to be thinking about anything like that. I'm also too wholesome to be thinking about anything like
He
that.
was more like, Anna, I need you to go help me pet that dog. And I was like, hell yeah, man, let's go.
Help me pet that dog over
No,
there.
so
I
he-
can't see it. It keeps
No,
moving.
he needed help asking
Yes.
permission.
Oh, you were just too shy.
He was too shy to ask the owner.
Yeah, probably that. Well, but see, the dog was dressed up as a cowboy, though.
It was.
So, like, I had to go and pet it.
Oh.
But for some reason, I had this weird thought that like nobody can know that I'm hot, or sorry, not high, drunk.
Drunk. He was
It
drunk.
was like a big secret.
I don't know why.
He kept like whisper yelling at me.
Yeah.
He was like, Anna,
It was
I
also
need your help.
okay. Yeah.
It wasn't subtle at all.
Yeah.
And then like poor Truman was like, who the fuck is Anna? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I think that's me. Hi, I'm Susan.
Yeah. That's
I remember that
exactly
too.
what happened.
I remember that too.
You introduced me to
'Cause I asked
some
that too.
upperclassman as Anna. I can't remember. Judge. It was Judge. You introduced me to Judge.
That's close.
And he goes, what did you say your name was? And I was like, he's saying it wrong.
He's saying it wrong. I had you okay because there were
It's
two
pronounced
people.
Susan.
It's pronounced
It's
Susan.
pronounced
It's
Susan.
spelled different.
There were two people that came in with me that semester, and there was Anna and Susan. And for some reason, I got their names mixed up, and I don't know why.
You hated one of us. And you got our names mixed up.
I hated.
You didn't like it.
That's not how it's true.
I don't know. I can't remember.
She was fine.
Is she still there?
I have no idea.
Okay. We'll never know.
Oh my Nick!
What are you doing?
He went to throw it back up on the shelf, and he didn't get there.
You mind open that real close to the mic for me?
It's upside down. You're opening it upside down. Why would you do that?
Oh no!
He's just gonna
Monster.
Mom,
He just walks around that corner, and all I hear is a big old.
Hey, you know what the best thing to do? Like, especially with like Cheetos, you know those like baby wipes? You know how they have the opening thing?
I don't like where this is going.
Me neither.
Take that off, cut a hole in the Cheeto bag, and put that on there, so you don't have to open the bag. And it has that little flap that you can open and close, and they stay fresh.
You know what my favorite kind of chips are? Like
But
chips.
Ow.
Preemptive
I
arrow.
can hear that in the future.
Yeah.
I'm sad for future me.
Chip crunch ASMR.
I
To
hate
quote
that I
Father
know that
Wubby,
exists.
this isn't even good ASMR.
I hate that I know shit ASMR exists.
I hate that I know ASMR.
Oh boy, I sure do get off from listening to someone consume a potato.
Yeah,
Well,
let me just hear the slimiest mouth
I
possible.
hate
Eat something like, you
I
know.
hate whenever you hear that
Yeah.
as
Oh, I
they talk.
hate that.
I'm like,
Oh
Stop.
my gosh.
It's like either stop eating or stop recording, one of the two.
back away from the mic a little bit, bro.
Brian doesn't close his mouth completely when he eats.
Oh, we're
Oh.
aware.
Okay.
We all
Alright.
know.
And he's been eating like in the dorm, and I was
Disgusting.
like, Brian,
Tell him to eat in the bathroom.
I need you to stop doing this.
Put him in his place. That's what I'd do.
What is he
I'm like,
I'd
eating?
get some rope out.
Qdoba.
Oh.
Now here's what drives me insane. All right, he chews like that because he's like, because I want to use my molars because I want to like get that
Fucking
good.
molars.
Hold on, because I want to get that good bite down.
And everybody knows your
And
lips
like-
can't be open. Your lips can't be closed to use your molars.
And I was like, you could still chew like that. That's how I chew with my mouth closed. And he's like, yeah, but then I can't get my mouth open enough to like really mash it down. And I'm
motherfucker's
like,
just putting too much food in his mouth.
I'm
So
like,
he's doing
what
the
the
full fucking chomp down with every fucking bite.
I've
Is what
never-
you're telling me.
I've never watched him, but that's
Someone
only what I
record
can
Brian
assume.
eating.
He just takes the
It's like-
chip, shoves it all in his mouth, and just.
Because, like, I've had people mention it because I do. It's kind of noticeable. When I chew, there's, the initial bite. But I kind of chew like a cow does with their cud.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
I just kind of do the side.
Go off to the side and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's even
But
worse.
no, Brian wants all the momentum going up and down.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Qdoba doesn't have that much stuff, like, in it that
To
would
chew?
warrant that.
Just the
Chew?
chips.
Yeah.
That's it.
Especially
beans.
because he gets, like... especially since he gets ground beef, which is, like, already not that hard to...
Yeah.
The
Like-
chips are basically the only thing he would have to chew.
Which he doesn't even get them.
He doesn't.
No.
Oh.
And so
What
I'm
is
like,
chewing?
I don't know why he's
Just
doing
swallow
this.
it.
So this is just a slimy, just.
I just had a very big breakthrough.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're right. You don't need to chew the ground beef from Qdoba. You think you could drink ground beef from Qdoba? I want to do that.
It's like
It depends. Do we blend it up?
it would be like, do you actually have to chew
Just-
macaroni and cheese?
Get one of
No,
those. Get one of those thick, those big metal straws, so that the circumference is wide enough that you can like fit the bigger stuff in, and
Oh
just
yeah, like they use for the bubble
Boba.
tea.
The bone.
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
the bubble,
something like
the boba tea.
fucking.
Like if you could just suck it up like that, you wouldn't even think twice about it. You just swallow.
Yeah.
What?
Wait,
I fucking.
so if you would
What?
like put like ground beef in there, suck it up, you could make little ground beef like sausages.
Oh my gosh.
I am.
It's abusing me.
Your ordinary sausage. Where's the ground
Hold
beef
on.
sausage?
Listen, Ryan.
So-
Kidding me.
So I'm emptying the dishwasher today, right?
Uh-huh.
Do y'all rinse your dishes before you put them in? Because I found, so we had Velveeta a few nights back, and I found a sludge of Velveeta cheese in there on a bowl.
No, I rinsed it.
And then also, so I'm assuming you guys just put the pot straight in, because I was going through the fucking silverware. The bottom of all the silverware drawers was little pieces of pasta. There were shells of pasta just in there, Susan. This was a clean dishwasher. And I went, did they just toss it in?
I put that away, and I don't remember putting that away like that.
There
I
was
don't know.
obviously a few.
I missed a
a
dish,
few.
apparently.
But I was like, what the fuck? Because I had to grind it and get it out of there. And it was like the most overcooked, because it was already cooked pasta, right?
Yeah.
And it just went through
no.
a hot
my
water cycle.
God.
And basically, it was like mush.
Oh
it was,
no.
ugh.
Well, not to mention that, the soap would also
Yeah.
really
yeah,
mush it
it's-
up.
Yeah.
So fucking, like, I don't know, bro. Rinse your dishes? Shit was nasty.
Scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate that not cash money.
Yo, speaking of Velveeta, do you guys ever make grilled cheese with it?
Is there any other way?
Okay, just checking. Yeah, because like
Are we talking whole brick or half brick?
Oh, that's
That's a
right.
very good
Velveeta is
question.
a cheese, not the mac and cheese.
Correct.
And I went,
I have mac and cheese
I
sandwich.
have-
Sounds pretty good.
I
Huh?
was like, that sounds pretty decent.
That's what I thought at first, too. And then I went, no, he means just the cheese, I think.
I think I've heard of a sandwich with mac and cheese on it. I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
Oh, I've heard
I've
I'm
of
sure
it.
heard
there's
it.
burgers with mac and
I've
cheese.
heard of
There
it, and
is,
I'm
there
willing to
is.
start a trek across the nation to find it.
yeah, that sounds.
So where I'm at, because we're both such cheese snobs, until I had come to Missouri, had never seen a brick of Velveeta.
Yeah.
So I knew
There's
it
just four.
as the mac and cheese. Like, that's like,
Oh,
like you hear crap, you know, like the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Or-
he got into my
So-
fridge one time and found it, and he goes, I'm sorry, what
It's like,
the
what is
fuck
this?
Don't get me
is
wrong,
this?
Velveeta mac and cheese is my favorite food. However, dude,
It's disgusting.
As a
looking.
brick, it's pretty weird.
look, I have a hard time wrapping my brain around eating cheese-flavored plastic to begin with.
Can you not put it in brick form, please?
It makes good for cheese crackers, though.
Yes.
Stick it on a cracker,
Dude,
melt it. in the
Yeah.
microwave.
Velveeta is so fucking
My family will use that for
should be.
burgers instead of
Oh.
singles. We'll just take from the brick and just put it on a burger.
I have not
No,
tried
what
that.
you gotta
It's
do?
good.
No, what you gotta do? You gotta take that burger, you gotta pat out the meat.
Hi, can
And
you
then
make my
put
pizza
a
with
slice of Velveeta
cheese?
in it.
Thanks.
We do that too. We make inside out burgers.
I'm starting sometimes use a cube. Like, I'll do like a big cube, and then
Uh
you press the burger down, and it oozes out a little bit. And then you can throw some more cheese on top.
Yeah. You guys are currently working with my 3 favorite things to eat, which are cheese and ground beef.
What we
And
do-
you're finding
what we
I
do
put
is-
so many
we'll have
You
ways.
said
ground beef.
3. That was only 2.
Wait,
Look, man, I love Velveeta.
Look,
man, I'm circumcised,
It's
okay?
worth 2.
Look,
Does anybody-
it's a big love for
does
Velveeta.
anybody want to go to Chicago with me and go
No.
to the Cubs field just to eat their burger?
What is the burger?
It's a donut burger. They take a glazed donut and put a burger in the middle.
Bro,
We got somewhere better. Hold on.
Yeah, there's a place in DeSoto that does that.
I think it's in Festus now.
Is there one in Festus?
Susan,
We
I
gotta-
can
we
take
gotta
you home
take
one of
you
these
guys
times,
there.
Susan,
and
do you
we're
know
gonna
that
make inside out burgers.
Jeremy eats,
Oh,
like,
they're
that
delicious.
2,000 calorie burger.
Yes.
We got this,
You wanna go
we got this
there?
new
Yeah.
griddle that, like,
I
for,
wanna-
we used to have
I
a
wanna
griddle that
eat
we would just like hook
once
up on our
for the
countertop
entire
because
day.
it was like, I don't know, like as long as my arm.
Yeah.
And now we have one that is like outside, like full size of grill, and
They forgot the egg.
oh, it's good. It works perfectly.
Dude, when are you gonna take me home to your parents again?
That's an excellent question.
When are you gonna take me home to your
Hey,
parents?
you know what?
Not to toot my own horn, but I know your mom was wanting to see me again.
The answer to your question is probably going to revolve around whether or not Chad gets back to you about Thanksgiving.
Oh, I know I'm going to Minnesota for Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably take you back sometime. I mean, I'm not going back for a minute. I'm not going back till Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
But,
Are you gonna come back up here for?
yeah, for at least one of my classes, there are resources on campus that I need to be able to actually finish the class,
Yeah.
and so I'm going to be back.
My big concern, I might have to do that, even though I really don't want to.
Yeah.
Just because like there are programs here that I can have access to, like I can't have.
Yeah, like
When I'm-
school computers have like legit programs.
Is
Yeah.
they gonna let you stay in the dorm though?
Yes.
They do have something like that, but I need to get in contact with
Resolite.
whoever my Resolite and be like, hey, yeah, I'm staying here.
Yeah.
What was the? Anyway, yeah. Kind of.
Dude, so most people are not going to be back for spring semester.
Is that true?
Oh, is that? What are you? Are you guys not talking about spring?
I'm
semester?
not coming back spring
No,
semester.
we're
because I'm
talking-
graduating.
We're talking
Ah.
about after Thanksgiving break.
Yeah.
That there's like 3 weeks after Thanksgiving break where there's still semester. For the most part, people are coming back after Thanksgiving. They're going online.
Yeah.
I figured what you get because you guys have kind of already told me this.
Yeah.
I figured you guys were on a rapid schedule and that Thanksgiving was when it was done.
Mhm.
Because normally, yes, there's those few weeks after.
Yeah.
But the way it was worded in my mind, I was like,
Yeah.
No,
No.
we're supposed to go.
so they're
we're
going
supposed to
rapid.
go all online.
and when you said, and no one's coming back after that, I was like, so they're doing a fall semester but not a spring semester?
Yeah,
What
no,
the fuck kind of logic is that?
Now they are doing something different with spring semester, or at least I've heard this. I don't know for a fact that they're doing it yet.
I was
But
so worried I only had 3 weeks left with you guys.
Yeah.
well, with what's going on with like everybody switching to online and everything, what I've heard that they might try to implement, maybe this spring semester, maybe next fall, is the way your schedule is set up. Like you sign up for all these classes, but you don't take them all over the same period of time. So like you take half of them for the first half of the semester, and then half of them for the second half.
Interesting. So it's like an
So
accelerated
like you
course
have
instead?
you have finals where midterms would be.
I got mixed feelings about that because
I do too.
So as somebody who's like in a production heavy like
Mm-hmm.
you know like what would this be?
Major?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Field major,
Field major, yeah. Like that's like accelerating the entirety of like a capstone into
Very
like,
much so. Yes.
8 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
which is like insane to me.
That's yeah.
Yeah. No, like I'm not like for
I
gen
actually-
eds, I could totally see that being something that's valid.
Yeah.
But like something that isn't a gen ed,
Yeah, but like, it's not a STEM major, does it matter?
Stuff in like our fields would be like, okay, this makes our job a little bit tougher, and then like, you know, math boys are like, let's go, let's do it.
no,
Like,
I would.
it's going to be definitely more work in a like, smaller time period. But also, there's a lot of shit that like, oh, the new section is here, and oh, hey, remember that thing we did 2 months ago? That's going to be really important right now.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's more condensed, it can be like, okay, I actually do still remember that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And like, finals encompass literally everything you've learned all year.
So
And-
to condense that down,
Is like,
Unless you're taking
okay,
a William Sharp
I still
class.
remember the beginning of this semester because normally you don't.
if you're taking a Will Sharp class, that's not going to be that much of an issue.
I think if he might be the only professor that like we could say his name and he'd probably be like, "You shouted me out in a podcast." I don't know. I don't give a shit about that.
He's one of my favorite teachers I've ever had at Lindenwood. I've had him for 2 classes.
Is he new? Because I don't think
No,
I recognize him.
He's
my
not
first
new
class with him was
at
freshman year. I had survey of professional media with him, and then over spring my junior year, I had media literacy with him.
So this is not a J-Shy. This is more
Mass comm. He was based in Spelman.
Yeah.
And the Lark.
Yeah. Okay. I was thinking Lark. I was like, this seems more like a
Yeah.
Lark guy.
Well, in
Well, when he taught
survey of the professional media my freshman year, he was in Spelman, and then for media literacy, he was in the Lark.
But both of those ones sound like Lark
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah, he was.
That's why I was
mine
like,
was
how do I
mass
not?
communication theory and ethics.
I'm jealous. I want to take another Bill Sharp class.
Have you taken that one yet?
No.
You probably.
I mean, maybe.
I
Right
mean,
now,
if you
right
got
now, I'm
time-
trying to
if you got-
squeeze in everything, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I can with my credits, but I'm trying to squeeze in like every last bit of what I need, because I'm almost there.
His approach to that class is to just like not teach it. From what I remember, it's just like go ahead.
The way that he teaches really does. It feels like he's not teaching it, and yet I'm still understanding everything that he's talking about
She's different.
because he's built different.
Okay, but like he does and he is.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. He's probably one of the only professors that I would like invite to actually hang out with.
Yeah.
Like I would actually want to go and have a drink with him because he
Yeah.
would just like
He got a hold of my number during the whole COVID thing, and because it cut my class in half with him, and he was like, "Hey, I just wanted to make sure that all my students are doing okay," and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm fine."
I like this cat. This is a good cat.
S-tier cat.
That's
Other than
good.
screaming at like 8 a.m. when I'm halfway into my sleep, halfway through my night sleep, waking me up. Other than that, he's like a perfect cat. He's awesome.
Yeah.
My only complaint about cats is they don't come when they're called.
Like he actually kind of, not to the name, but if you, he's focused on something else. It's not an all the time thing, but they will come.
Yeah.
eventually.
They will come eventually.
Yeah, it's because it's more of like a conscious decision. It's with like a dog. It's like call means I need to go now.
Yeah.
Cat's like he wants me over there, but like
I don't have to.
it's not a need.
Yeah. It's not a need. It's a want.
He's not shouting my name with like blood coming down his face, so like it's not that
I
necessary.
can probably take my time.
Cats just live in a different world than humans, and that bothers me.
There are times where he's in my room and I'm trying to like shoo him out so that he doesn't like go under my bed. And I'm like, Creamy, and I'm like trying to like hurry up and grab him and he'll like sprint away from me. And I'm like, motherfucker! It's over here.
When I was in town the other day, I actually got to see my golden again, and she has grown. It's like she had puppy-ness about her, but then she's like
Now I am done.
filled into everything,
Dude,
and she
yeah,
looks like a
she's
normal dog
like
now.
full size now.
Yeah, like she was dinky, and now she's like slightly less so, and it's like, oh, she just took 2 years to mature.
Yeah.
Like, didn't realize it was gonna take that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at Baby Yoda.
He's fucking 50.
Yeah.
He's back.
Is he 51
Yeah.
now?
Sometimes they get sealed completely.
Man, I'm ready for
But
Teen
if
Yoda.
I just had to
Teen
rip off
Yoda.
the whole
Teen Yoda.
zipper.
I just want to know when do you think he hits that rebellious stage? Is it like 250, or is it like 500? Was Yoda young for his age?
Here's my question. Yoda himself was like 900 when he died.
I think
Oh,
it was.
wasn't he?
I think he was in the
950?
late 800s.
He was in the late 800s, like between like 875 and 900.
I think so.
And so Baby Yoda is a baby, and he's 50. That kind of cuts down the lifespan,
So
like in terms of how long you're
Yeah, like-
actually intelligent.
The percentage of time that you're intelligent is actually a lot less than a human.
Yeah.
Like
The
we're
whole
this
thing
far
was
in,
like the
and-
whole thing was like, wow, he's been this like the reason he's this smart is because he's been intelligent and learning for like
50 years.
yeah.
Oh, Yoda.
Or Yoda, yeah.
Yoda.
He'd be like learning for like
he was 900 exactly.
he was 900 exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
We were close.
Yes.
Within 25 at least.
And so like the whole point was like, wow, he's super smart. Maybe that's because he's been learning for nearly 900 years, or like 890 years.
so if he's still a baby when he's like 50,
How old does it get to? How old does he have to be to the point where he can actually like start talking backwards?
Yeah, is he not even like hitting his teenage years until he's like
300.
300, 400?
well, no,
And
because
at
if,
that
if Yoda is like old man whenever he's like 900,
Yoda- 900. He's an old man.
But
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So he's an 18th of his way into life, right?
Yeah.
Almost 20th, we'll say, just to round stuff.
Yeah.
round shit out. So let's see, a 20th into your life, if you're
If your
he's-
human is like
he-
5.
he's the equivalent of like 4 or 5 in human years, and yet he's functioning like a 1-year-old.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Oh my
he's
gosh.
taken a bit.
Yeah.
He's a late bloomer.
He's still cooking. It's okay. He's a little soft, but you know.
Plot twist: he was premature.
Aw. So that's weird.
It's
I don't
it's
know.
a little odd.
So it'd be like what? Let's say 200 is like when he's in his what 20s.
200, he'd be the equivalent of a 20-year-old.
You'd hope.
What?
You would
And
hope.
yet he still has 19 years to go in.
In
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
that's-
if we take it 50 years,
so
he's
does that mean-
one.
So Yoda, do we say he died of old age? That's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
So,
He
but
did.
he was, if he's going the rate that Baby Yoda is,
Compared to the spry
he's
like
like-
895-year-old he
he's
was.
just now an adult baby. He's like a 22-year-old,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he
And
dies,
he dies of old age.
Okay. Then our numbers are terribly, horribly, horrifically off.
Baby Yoda, we know he's playing dumb. That's what I take.
There
from
you
this.
go.
He
What
has-
if he's
You
the
should-
criminal
You
mastermind?
should at least be able to point and say a word, right?
He's the criminal mastermind, and that's why he had a bounty on him. That's why that whole like Empire remnant was after him, because they were like, this guy's. We need to put him down because he's gonna do some
Put him
damage.
down. Well, yeah, because he's like presumably like made out of force or whatever.
Yeah,
Which
because he can lift a rhinoceros, but like 3 times the size of a rhinoceros.
that crate dragon. Spoilers for. Well, it's not even really spoilers for the Mandalorian. Everybody gives a
Kinda.
shit about that. Just turn it off now, or maybe this whole thing is cut. Who knows?
Sometimes.
That crate dragon is actually a crate dragon. I don't know if you saw that video that Eckhart's Ladder did.
Yeah,
But
he got feet.
yeah, I was really, really concerned that it didn't have feet, and I was kind of going insane.
It was like it was a giant snake, but nah, he got feet.
I was saying, like, if it wasn't for the fact that his jaw was a single hinge and it wasn't like the Sarlacc
Mhm.
was, he doesn't look too far off from a Sarlacc, actually.
Right.
No, he doesn't, and that was what was really bothering me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could just be a big old Sarlacc.
That's what eats the Sarlacc. It's a bigger Sarlacc. Okay.
There's always
Yeah.
a bigger.
There's always a
Sarlacc.
bigger fish.
There's always a bigger crate dragon.
What the fuck, MTV? I googled, when will Baby Yoda grow up? And MTV is the first thing that popped up. It said, sorry, but Baby Yoda doesn't grow up to be a Jedi Master. We all know. I'm like, what the fuck?
Man, I don't listen to MTV.
I don't trust anything you say, and how
It's
dare
gonna
you,
be
like,
at least.
say such things about my son?
It's gonna be at least 300 years before he's relevant. I mean,
MTV became BuzzFeed for TV, and it's just
it's really funny to me that MTV was supposed to be like music, but on TV,
yeah.
and they actually were like.
And now they're
relevant,
like, and now they're like, here's why Trump is a problem.
Yeah.
It's like, go back to music. That's what you do.
What you were supposed to be here for. How is Baby Yoda 50 years old but still a baby? Here we go.
That's
Exactly.
asking the real
Exactly.
questions.
So yes, there's some science behind it that the show explains.
Yeah. But like
This kid's
the only
playing dumb.
science that they said was like species age differently, and
is true.
it's like this doesn't make sense for Yoda himself.
Explain?
Well, if species age differently, Yoda was supposed to be like actually intelligent for like hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But if Baby Yoda isn't intelligent by the time he's 50, then that takes way too much time off of how long Yoda was supposed to be smart for.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now.
Yoda was supposed to be a Jedi for like most of his life. Because it was always my understanding that they mature at the same rate as humans, but they just last way longer. So like they get intelligent, and like 22 for them would still be 22 for us. It's just that once they get to the point where a human would die, they don't.
I don't know if that's necessarily true or not.
I don't know if it is. That was just always my understanding because of Yoda himself.
Look,
Why
man,
not? Anyway.
I'm circumcised.
This article's pretty much like, eh,
Yeah.
we don't know.
It's like, man, I don't know. Maybe he, you know, got nuked or something.
We should probably avoid Star Wars because me and Zach could just talk for
We really
a couple
could.
of hours. And then we have to cut all of it.
We have. That's not a good idea.
Yo.
We had a 2-hour conversation and I feel like we scratched nothing.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, artichokey. I think we're gonna wrap up for today.
Sounds fair.
We've been rolling an hour.
Alright.
Thank you for listening. Please share us with your friends. We do this for fun. However, money, cool.
Oh, like Hasbro, Kleenex.
Yo,
Hit us up. BMW.
Rooster Teeth.
Rooster
What the fuck
Teeth.
you doing?
Hit us up.
Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids. Hit us up.
Sour
Soup
Patch
House.
Kids.
You know what? Heinz.
Heinz.
Send us some
Hefty.
ketchup and
Hit
mustard.
us up.
I like ketchup.
I like hot dogs and brats.
Not
We
your,
may-
not your relish though.
We
I'm
may
not okay
only
with
have
that.
10 viewers, but we are important for
Hey,
Give us a
we could
discount
try
on
out
the
their
bits.
new mixed combos. Their crunch
Oh.
and their honey sriracha.
Ooh.
This is how you get a sponsorship.
Okay, the honey sriracha doesn't actually sound terrible.
I think it's like actual honey and sriracha sauce.
Oh.
It's either that or barbecue sauce and sriracha sauce.
Alright, everybody say bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Gone.